This video is about adding a project data source to my Underdog project. Adding the data source in the configuration of PhpStorm is what allows me to be able to click on this database button on the right side and to see all the tables in the MySQL database for this project. By the way, this database is on the virtual machine, which is on my Macintosh. Apparently, if you want to add a data source like the one I've already added here, and here the data source is called Underdog on sandbox.dev, the way to get to the menu for doing that is to click on the plus sign right here and go to data source and then click on MySQL. As you can see, the one I already have is right there. And this is the one that's like a blank slate as a template. I guess that's if I had the database actually on the Mac, not inside the virtual machine, I would use this one. But since it is on the virtual machine, I had to add one, and this is where it got added. And this is the menu for configuring it. Now, since this data source has already been added to my PhpStorm, I don't have to go through the plus sign anymore if I want to make edits to this data source. If I just click this button right here, I'll get to the same place and I will have this data source already chosen, Okay, so basically the configuration is what you see here. One thing that is noteworthy is that to enable PhpStorm to contact the database, I had to go and configure the user Underdog, the host setting for that user inside the database. I had to configure it with a % to allow entry into the database from remote hosts. And the actual way that I had to do this is I had to log into Sandbox and go into MySQL as root. I had to create another user by the same name, which is Underdog. And this user, for that host's field, I put a %. The main thing which I did was I put the port number in here. And I specified these parameters. The host is localhost. The database is Underdog. The user is Underdog. And I think I entered the password for Underdog. And I checked this off so that it remembers the password. I also had to install a Java plugin. I had to install it in PhpStorm for connecting to the database. So that's a plugin in PhpStorm. I believe the Java protocol is called JDBC. That's why you see this here. This allows me to use PhpStorm to edit my database. As a matter of fact, if I wanted to create another connection, which connects the PhpStorm to my production database, all I have to do is use the plus sign over here. Okay, and that does it for this video.